Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome to my channel, Just One More Bag 01, where luxury meets lifestyle. If you are obsessed with designer handbags, enjoy seeing luxury items, love to travel, or just want to get a glimpse of Winston, you are in the right place. Each week on Wednesday and Saturday, I talk about things that are going on in the luxury community. I share my personal collection, I do what fits, I show unboxings and all kinds of fun stuff. If that is something that interests you, I ask you to please consider subscribing to my channel, as I am really working hard on it and trying to get to my first goal of 1,000 subscribers. So again, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider joining our growing community of bag lovers. Today, I have an Hermès story to talk about, and I also have a small Hermès unboxing. So I think what I'll do is first go through the unboxing with you guys, and then I can go into the story time about what happened while I was in the store and get all of your guys' feedback and what you think. So I had said in the past that I would not play the Hermès game, but I think I am playing it, and I think I'm a little concerned about it on a journey towards a Birkin. One thing I can definitely assure you is that I am someone who absolutely will not pay over retail for a Birkin bag. They are already just so extremely expensive. For me, I personally just don't care to go above and beyond that price to buy one. And if I don't get one for 10 years or ever, that's fine with me. I would like to have one to my collection, but you know, when it happens, it happens. And truly, I do like a lot of the other Hermès bags. I currently have a Birkin 18 that I just picked up. And then I also purchased an In the Loop bag when I was in Europe. So, you know, I feel like I'm doing okay so far. So I went into Hermès to pick up a small little item, which I will share with you quickly because it is just so cute in this little box here. And I don't know, these boxes are so cute. I'm like, well, what else could I use it for? I've really just been putting them up on my shelf and using them as display pieces. Hard to get open. Okay, here it is. It is a scarf ring. So you guys may recall that when I was in Spain a couple weeks ago, I guess it was already back in September for work, I purchased a scarf, and it is the first one that I have had from Hermès, and they didn't offer me a scarf ring. I didn't ask about one. And you know, I tried wearing my scarf in one of my earlier videos, and I just thought this might be a nice addition. So I was talking to one of the SAs there, and I asked him about a scarf ring and, you know, what he thought. So he showed me a couple, and he said that he did really suggest the scarf ring because when you tie it, it is actually pulling on the silk and could damage it, and that this will help to extend the life of the silk and not be as damaging because of the design inside the ring. So I'll try to put this on and do a little mod shot just to show you guys to see what it looks like. You can tell me, you know, what you think, if you think it looks nice or not. But again, I just thought it was a nice addition since I do really plan to wear that scarf. So let's get into the story time so you guys can tell me what you think. I refused an Hermès bag in the store, and now I'm regretting it. I'm worried about what that means. We all know how hard it is to get offered a bag at Hermès at all. So I do have a rep, and she wasn't there. The husband and I were going to the mall, and we weren't planning it because normally I would have texted her and be like, hey, I'm just going to stop by. You know, I always just try to say hi. But I went there, and, you know, I saw some of the people, and they said that she was on vacation in Japan for a couple weeks. So I was like, oh, okay. And I had my pink Picotin with me, and it was decked out with my pretty twillies. And I also had my new rodeo charm. I finally broke that out and used it for the first time. And they were all wanting to look at it and asking me about it. So, you know, it was nice to see that they had that appreciation for the bag. I did let them know I had an essay, and, you know, she helped me style it. And they were, you know, very kind. But they were asking if they could help me. And I was like, you know, I'm just doing a lap around. Then I went over to the scarves and I saw the scarf ring. I met the one gentleman. I had seen him in the store before, but I had never spoken to him. And, you know, he helped me with the scarf ring. And then he's like, you know, is there anything else? And in my mind, I'm like, well, screw it. I was like, I'm going to ask for the next bag I really want. So I was like, well, if you by chance have a garden party 30, I'd be ecstatic. And he's like, you know what? We do have some. Let me go in the back and check for you. And I was like, okay, great. Thank you so much. Shocked because I had asked my essay, you know, I've asked her 2 times now when I had been there, and she's like, no. And, you know, she has it down on my wish list. So we'll see. So at this point, this gentleman runs to the back, and I'm texting my husband, and I'm like, they have a garden party. And he's like, oh my God, Mandy, are you serious? And I'm like, yes. Because he was parking the car. He went to meet somebody, and he was coming in the store to meet me in a couple minutes. So at this point, you know, you're like waiting around the store. Where are they? Where is it? What color is it going to be? Because he didn't tell me anything. He didn't even ask what color I was in. He was just going to show me whatever they had. And I wanted to see whatever they had. Because one thing I feel like, oh, what colors do you want? And yeah, I have some ideas in my mind, but that's not to say if they show me something beautiful, I might not be like, wow, I really like that and I do want that. So, you know, the excitement's building up. So I walk towards the back, and he comes out and he has like a bit of a sad face. He's like, I only have a 36. He's like, is that too big? Do you even want to see it? And I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, I'd still like to see it. I'm like, I think I want the 30. I'm not really sure if the 36 is too big because I've never seen one. So I'd like to look at it. And he's like, okay. So it was in the Rouge H color, which I don't know if it's a brand new color, but I know it's been newer for fall. I have not been seeing it for quite some time, but I have seen it on the website for the fall. So I will pop a picture up of a Rouge H bag so that you can see it in the garden party. I believe the photo I have is actually of a 30, so it doesn't really matter that they showed me a 36. It's the same thing. So it is a really dark red, and that normally isn't something that I would go for or pick. You know, if I was choosing my color, I ideally would want a gray. Of course, I'd take a pink Sakura, but I was like, well, you already have a pink Sakura bag, so do I really want to? I love Rose Poupri, so that would be great. Or even a blue or green I would really like as well. So that's kind of what I was thinking in my head. I did try the bag on, and he's like, I think you're too petite. I think it's too big. You know, I'm only 5'2", but I was like, well, I don't know. So I feel like I almost had him talk me out of it because it wasn't exactly what I asked for. And I did take it over to the mirror and look at it, and I wanted to get some film, but sometimes I feel a little weird if I'm in the store filming, and not all the stores I've been in were okay with that. However, I have filmed in this store before, so I don't think it would have been an issue. And I'm sorry I didn't take some photo for you guys, but you'll just have to trust me on this one. Anyway, I held the bag up to myself, and, you know, I was kind of thinking like, you know, I like the color, but do I really want to spend this much money on it? And he was like, it's too big, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, I think if you want a 30, that's what you should really wait for. He's like, you know, your essay is great, and she'll call you when we have a bag in one of the colors that you like in. So I was like, okay. And I turned down the bag. And in the moment, I was bummed because I had so much excitement building up. And then I was just like, man, did I make a mistake? Are they going to put like a black mark on my account now saying that they offered me a bag and I refused it? But I like to think that from what I understand about the Hermès game, which does anyone really know what the rules are for the game? I don't know. But I feel like they want you to purchase a bag that you really like and that you really want. And I hope that if you did turn down a bag, that they would appreciate that because they want you to only take what you really want. That's my understanding. Maybe that's just what I'm hoping for because I want to get offered more bags. I think I just got to bring that pink Picotin because I think, you know, it's an eye-catching bag and maybe it just makes people happy and want to give you another bag. I don't know, but maybe I have to try that again. So guys, I want to know what you think. Have you turned down some non-quota bags and still gotten offered others? Do you feel that you were kind of put on a wait list because you turned a bag down? I have heard that, you know, if you reject a Birkin or a Kelly, the quota bags, that kind of puts a mark on your account because, you know, it's my understanding that the SAs are kind of fighting for their clients to get offered that bag. However, obviously, I don't think that's the case with the garden party. Although I do feel it is a more popular bag and a little bit harder to get your hands on. You know, again, it's not a Birkin or a Kelly, so it is different. I'd love to hear your guys' experience as I am new to the Hermès game and just see what you think. Did I screw up my chances for future? Do you think I'm okay? Do you guys think I should have just taken the bag? What would you have done? I'd love to hear what you guys would have done. So if you get a moment, please comment below and tell me your thoughts. I want to thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today, whether you're here for the luxury or just to get a glimpse of Winston. I am so glad that you joined me. And remember guys, no matter what, there's always room for just one more bag. Bye.